Happy Monday. Today is Monday, March the 20th, 2023. Uh, I had an amazing weekend. I'm not sure about you guys. How was your weekend? Today, we're going to be talking about building your pipeline for April 2023. What does that look like for your real estate business? What you should be doing, and how you should be already preparing nearly 10 days ahead of time for your next campaign. Because what you accomplished in March was the preparation for February, and what you're accomplishing for April is the preparation for March. So the biggest thing I want to tell you guys is if you want to be a good, effective entrepreneur, you got to be really good at being proactive. Don't be reactive. Don't wait till the problems come to you. Don't want to put them out. You got to be really good at putting fires out, stand on top of people, managing people, delegating people, dealing with situational awareness, dealing with issues. And that's one of the things most entrepreneurs lack. So that being said, we're going to be talking about what you should be doing for building your pipeline for next month. I know that some people can't even see past next week or tomorrow, but I'm telling you, when you're forecasting in your business and you're trying to plan and prepare things, you're going to be so far ahead of the competition, it's not even funny. Like, pulling different lists and organizing different lists and rehatching. One of the biggest things we're doing as a company moving forward with a lot of our clients, and we're going to stay on top of you guys about doubling down on your list. You call a list once or twice and say, it's not working, it's not effective. I'm here to tell you, in prospecting, you got to keep smashing that list every once in a blue moon. It's proven that it takes 8 to 14 follow-up calls just to get somebody on the phone. So if you're calling somebody once or twice or 3 times or 4 times, they're not picking up because you're not calling enough. Call even more. Don't allow your laziness of the VAs to talk you into doing certain things. They don't know what the hell they're talking about between me and you. Their job is to do just enough to get paid. Your job is to demand excellence from your team and let them know that you're going to call, you're going to hit the list, and you're going to perform at the highest level. Change out your phone numbers, change the time of the day you're calling your list, and rotate. And if you can afford it, that's when a good lead manager comes in and do a lot of the stuff for you guys to rotate lists, change our lists, move people around, move personnel around. It's like, look at it like this. If you're in the NFL and you got 15 plays, let's look at the plays as lists, right? You call the play one time and it don't work. You're not going to go back to that play maybe second, third, or fourth quarter and call that play again. Maybe change the personnel from one side of the field to the next side of the field. Yeah, you're going to call that play again. And guess what? And if the play is working, you're going to keep on running that play over and over again. That's the same thing with lists. So you got to continue to go back to that list, move things around, which is your phone numbers and the time of the day, and then you're going to keep on calling that play. So when you sitting here trying to call a new list every day, you're never going to get anywhere. You got to pound the pavement, and you got to keep working these lists. Do me a favor. If you're brand new watching my channel, share this video out with 3 to 5 people you know, like, and love that can benefit from this information. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Approval. If you're an entrepreneur with less than a 720 credit score and you want to get to at least a 720, reach out to them. We'll partner with them over there. They'll give you a free credit audit, no obligation. They'll pull your credit, and they give you everything you need to know to get to a 720. If you decide to work with them and help you, for them to help you get to a 720, then that's on you. If not, take advantage of the free credit audit ASAP. The link is in the bio. So like I said, if you're watching on Facebook, do me a favor, click the StreamYard link, so that way we can see your names pop up on the feed when the information is coming on that end, because we can't see anything. So give me 1 second. I just want to let you guys know, you guys gotta, man, when I say build your pipeline. Pre-foreclosures, high equities, vacant. If you need help with skip tracing, we're relaunching Easy Skip April 1st. If you bring your list to us, it'll be 6 cents to skip trace. If you get a list from us, it'll be 5 cents to skip trace, including the leads. So however you want to do it, we'll take good care of you. Cheapest around, the best around. And you'll be calling people and you'll be loading up the list. Now, when it comes to the month of April, make sure that you set up a campaign for the leads that you produced maybe fourth quarter last year, October, November, December. Call them people up, reach out to them, engage with them and see where they at with things, and continue to follow up. Majority of the money you're going to make is within the follow up. So don't just get stuck on the new leads, because it takes time for the new leads to get warmed up too. You may have a person reach out to you and say, yes, I'm thinking about selling. And as you're talking to them, they're not quite ready yet to pull the trigger and sign the contract, moving forward, entertaining offers, but they've been thinking about it. So what you got to do is you got to stick with them. That's in any business, guys. In my, like, example, my VA business, I do a lot of the calls too. I call the client. Yeah, we're talking to another company too as well. Listen, I want you to talk to another company. I want you to get as much information you need to make a full, sound decision for your business. But I'm open to answer any more questions you may have after you talk to this next company to see if we can do business together. And that's what it is. Don't be afraid if a prospect is talking to someone else. And that's what's wrong with a lot of wholesalers. They don't even understand that you're in competition with somebody right now. The prospect is not only talking to you, they're having engaging conversations with other people that's trying to make an offer on their property. So what you got to do is you got to stick with the follow-up. You got to stay disciplined, and you got to know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing. If you don't understand that, then right there, you're already in some trouble with yourself, because you need to understand exactly what you are supposed to be doing when it comes to marketing. And I think a lot of people don't understand that they're in a marketing and service-based business when it comes to being a real estate wholesaler. So what does that mean? A shit ton of follow-up, a shit ton of prospecting, a shit ton of no's, and a few yeses. But the few yeses is going to be enough to keep the operation going. So that's one of the big things I want you guys to understand. You're going to see a lot. You're going to receive a lot of no's. And guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road, a lot of them no's are going to be yeses. The question you got to ask yourself, understand, is what do we do in this company to help our clients solve their problems? So if you don't learn anything from today, write down, what do we do in this company to help our clients solve problems? Ooh. That's one of the questions you got to ask yourself. Also, are you working with your VAs? Are you coaching them? Are you mentoring them? Are you listening to their phone calls? Are you providing feedback? Are you meeting with them twice a week? How involved are you in your business? From a 1 to 5, 5 being, hey, I'm involved every day. I'm a part of every decision making. Everything runs through me. I set the schedules. I do this. I pull the list. And then 1 is, I'm not really involved. Right? Even if you don't have a fully successful business. So write in the chat, how involved are you in your business between 1 through 5? Also, I know I got started really quickly without saying, what are you watching from? But I just want you to know, I just want to ask you, what are you watching from? You know what I mean? Put in the chats, what are you watching from? I love when I see people watching from all different places. We got people from Canada, South America, North America, Central America, Pacific Asia, Middle East. All these people come on our lives every week and get great information. Dorian says she's a 4. Okay, that's fair. You know what I mean? So this is what you got to do. You got to understand that when you're building a team, they need to understand that they're just involved in this operation as you are. So include your employees in things, such as the weekly meeting. She's kicking ass with her weekly meetings. In fact, I offered to come on her weekly meetings to give some words of advice and encouragement, so that way her team continue to excel. You know what I mean? A 4, Mike said 4. That's really good, brother Mike. Hope all is well. Listen, guys, you guys got to stay on top of your teams. Next, if a VA say, hey, these leads are bad, this numbers isn't working, tell them to call again. Because what we found out when we looked at listening and looked at a lot of people's operations, we get a chance to look at a lot of operations over the years. And the number one thing that we learned is the fact that most people don't set the expectations with their VAs to how the outbound call should be. So when you're looking at the calls and you're listening to the VA say, hey, I'm looking for Mike buy houses. Of course they're going to say wrong number. Of course they're going to say this not Mike buy houses. Of course they're going to say you have the wrong address. Of course they're going to say stop calling me, because it's not nothing but the approach. And when you come off sounding silly and spammy, people don't want to engage in it. But if I call with certainty and say, hey, Mike, how you doing today? That right there would eliminate probably 60 to 70% of the so-called bad numbers or wrong numbers because of my approach of the conversation. So if I say, hey, Mike, how you doing today? Two things going to happen. Either Mike, it's going to be Mike. He's going to say, oh, yeah, I'm doing good. Who's this? Because clearly I know you. Or Mike, if it's truly not Mike, Mike going to say, you have the wrong number. This ain't Mike. Well, I'm so sorry. This is the number I got for Mike. You know, do you live at blah, 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 blah? Well, this is the number I got down for him. Sorry about that. Well, while I got you on the phone, do you have to know anybody that may be interested in receiving a cash offer? Majority of what's going wrong in the operation is small little tweaks, small little things that you can't see or you don't understand unless you have a good business consultant, good coach, or you have a great teacher that's showing you these things. YouTube sometimes can't even show you this stuff. So when I see people crying, man, my number is wrong, you know, these numbers terrible, this terrible, all this stuff is going wrong, and then you go back and look and see what's going wrong, are you tracking the number of calls you make? Are you tracking the average talk time that when a person actually picks up the phone, right? Are you tracking how many offers you're making? And then after you make an offer, after you make an offer on a piece of property, what does the follow-up sequence look like? See, most of you guys just, hey, I can give you 50,000, and then don't talk to them or be scared to call them or fake. Like, you guys got to stay in touch with your prospects. If you got 10 offers floating out there, whoever's running your acquisition, yourself, your team, they should be on top of that stuff. What does your offer do? What problems does your offer solve? What is the prospect going through? What is the main pain points that they're going through? What problems does the offer solve with the pain points? That's a lot of things people don't know and understand. See, we think we just spit out offers and then we're supposed to get contracts. No. It's an understanding of one situation and then matching a solution to that situation that makes sense. We call that in marketing an irresistible offer. You're making an offer that makes so much sense to them that they will consider your offer because it makes beyond the most sense out of everybody you've spoken to. Here's an example that I mean by that. You're talking to a prospect and they kept making a point to say, hey, man, I just don't want no foreclosure on my credit. I just want to be able to put something in my pocket. I know I haven't paid my mortgage in 12 months, and I just need a little bit of bread to relocate. So instead of spitting out an offer, the first thing you need to do is say, okay, well, how much is your payments? Do you have a letter showing how much that it costs to get your account back in good standing? How much do you need to relocate? What does it look like? Maybe it's cheaper to pay the prospect money to relocate and then catch him or her payments up. Or catch the payments up to the point that you can list the property on MLS and then sell it. Or maybe you can make an offer that explains to them that, hey, this offer I'm making, you're going to put $20,000 in your pocket. We're going to pay off all the back payments from the bank, and we're going to pay that loan off completely. So there won't be no issues with closing. What you're showing them is you're showing them what the process look like by working with you. See, some of you guys are not good at showing them what's next if you decide to work with me. Yeah. Mike said my VA was asking to speak to a lead by first and last name. I'm telling you, I've been doing this sales shift since 2012. Address people by first name, even if you don't know them. It makes them feel comfortable as if you know them. It speeds up the relationship in light seconds. Hey, Antoine, how you doing today? Hey, France, how you doing today? Hey, Zach, how you doing today? You get what I'm saying? When you address somebody by first name, automatically it makes them feel comfortable. When you're addressing them by first and last name, you clearly don't know them. So how could you create personal connection within a 20-second period on the phone? This is my secret framework. I usually give to my VIP clients, but I'm going to give it away today because I know half of you not going to pay attention. This is how you do it. Today is Monday. So what I teach my team and I teach everybody, when Monday come, ask them how their weekend was. When Wednesday come around, anytime between Wednesday and midweek, ask them how their week going so far. When Friday come around, ask them if they're looking forward to the weekend. What are they doing on the weekend? You see how that's 3 levels that you can build rapport by just knowing what day of the week it is and staying relevant to the day of the week and making a generalized conversation and building rapport. See, we're so quick to just be transactional that we're not even taking the time to ask people how they feel, what they're going through, how their day going, all of the things that you need to do in order to make a personal connection. The first few minutes on the phone, making a personal connection with a prospect. That's the biggest thing you can do for somebody. Make a personal connection. The second biggest thing you can do is make them an offer that benefits their situation. That's all I'm saying to you guys. If you can do that, and you got 20 leads on the table, there's no reason you can go through all 20 leads and get at least 2 to 3 contracts. But the offer got to make sense. What if the house has no equity, but it's in good condition? Then that's when you start to create creative offers. If you're noticing that your area has a lot of houses that's in good condition, that's rentable, that the rents are strong, but it's little to no equity, then what would that look like for you? Maybe you have to go seek another professional that can teach you how to do no equity deals. You shouldn't have just one teacher, one mentor. You should have specialists and things that they master and then go to them for that particular thing. Why people come to me? Because I am an implementation coach. I teach you how to set up systems, set up processes, train people, get people together, build your team to the point that it's running without your day-to-day involvement. That's my thing. Now, could I do a lot of other things? Yes. But when you understand your lane and your place in people, you'll be way more effective for them in business instead of trying to teach and show them every single thing. So the point I'm making to you guys is plan out your month by understanding how to build a pipeline, understanding how to get people on the phone, follow up, what does that look like, how many offers, and then work your way backwards. If you want to get to 5 deals a month, then what does that look like? That looks like you need to talk to about 60 to 70 leads a month. How do you get 60 to 70 leads a month? Maybe you triple your effort in cold calling. Maybe you double your spend on Facebook ads. And I got something for you guys. Anybody, we're launching a beta program where we got a new software that we're using where you can set up Facebook ads in 10 minutes or less without no code and no skills, no logging into your Facebook campaign, nothing. If you want to be a part of that beta, literally, it's going to be life-changing for a lot of people. So now you can run Facebook ads. You can get way more clicks. We got a few other clients running ads. They're doing really well. And the whole point of the Facebook ads is to get more leads coming in, get more interested prospects in your funnel so that way you can deal with them. Now, it's automated. When the ads come in, you get the text message sequences. You get everything. You get everything that you need to really nurture these people. So the point I'm making to you guys is in your business, you guys got to look at multiple ways to get to talk to prospects. Some people do well in just picking up the phone, cold calling. Some people are introverts. They don't like talking to people, but they do well with text message marketing, right? Some people do well with direct mail. Everything works. Every strategy works. It's just that you got to figure out how to get to work for you and benefit you. So that's one of the things we will do. Probably at the end of the week, we'll ask a few people who want to be a part of the beta. Obviously, it's going to be a financial commitment. Not nothing crazy, but just enough to get your attention if that's something you're interested in. We're doing our last 2-day event this month. I'm going to make sure we get it done before the month is over with. And that's my last REI event. And we're moving on to lead generation, branding, business development, all the stuff that I love to do with my other clients. Any questions before we get out of here? It's a great live today. I feel like we dropped tremendous value. If you feel like we dropped value, put the word value in the chat. Appreciate you guys, man. Listen, I love you guys. If you ever need help, if you're struggling in your business, just know to come here every day, Monday through Friday. Drop your questions, and I do my best to answer them. If I don't know the answer to your questions, I will point you in the right direction to somebody who may be able to help you guys. But like I said, we're trying to launch a beta program for Facebook ads, and the whole idea of that is for someone who don't want an operation with a bunch of VAs, or someone who have VAs but still want consistent leads coming in. As you know, sometimes you get leads, sometimes you don't. That's just the name of the business. But the beautiful thing about the Facebook ads, they never shut off unless you shut them off. They run day and night, 24 hours a day. So you'll have an employee working for you, sorting through people throughout Facebook, and then identifying the people that say, yes, I'm interested in an offer. Now, a lot of leads may be retail leads or people looking for retail, but that's when you have to add more tools to your tool belt. Find relatives to partner with, find, creative finance people to partner with, until you get to that point where you can be able to do that stuff on your own. But the whole point I'm making to you guys is to figure out a way to build your pipeline, stay proactive, follow with your leads, watch how you address the sellers. 80% of the VAs that tell you that, hey, these are bad numbers, bad leads, I guarantee you their framework and script is not up to par. They're addressing people by first and last name. They don't have a solid sound script, and they're scaring away your leads. And that's why most of your leads saying wrong number, bad number, wrong person. It's not the right person. And 80% of the time, it is the right person. But their approach to the leads is completely wrong, And we have the data to back that up. That's why I'm able to make these bold claims that, listen, majority of the people that say their list is bad, their leads are bad, 80% of all people over the age of 50 don't change their numbers within 10 years. So you're telling so most of the data really don't change. So even if you go to the worst skip trace provider, you're going to get at least a 60% hit rate, 70% hit rate, because the majority of the data don't change. So that's something I want you guys to stay to. Pull a campaign, 20,000 leads, set everything up. If you can't afford it or you can't afford to pay all this money, reach out to us. We always have packages. We had a package over the weekend that I didn't even know about, so I sent an email coming up from $150. I don't know how many leads come with it, but it's definitely worth getting it. You know what I mean? But other than that, guys, I see you back here tomorrow. If you're struggling hiring a VA or you need a VA, reach out to us. Book an appointment. If you haven't closed the deal yet and you haven't joined my VIP program this year, where we work with you one-on-ones, you can book one-on-one calls, whatever the case may be. Book a call to see what we can do to get you to the next level. That's all I'm telling you. Book a call. There's no pressure. If it don't work, it don't work. But at least get on the phone and see what we can do to help you. So go to CEO929.com to book a call.